speed, precision, efficiency. This is the Uniforest 4020 Premium, and it's built for one purpose: to handle firewood processing at a pace that keeps you ahead of the game. This isn't a machine, it's a tool for transformation. Whether you're processing logs for bulk orders or diversifying your business with mobile processing services, the Uniforest 4020 Premium delivers consistent, rapid results that make an impact. In this video, we're back at Firewood with our good friend Jeremy, taking a closer look at the Uniforest 4020 Premium. Jeremy is going to walk us through the key features of this machine, showing us why it's built for speed, precision and efficiency. Whether you're looking to increase productivity or add a versatile processor to your operation, the Uniforest 4020 Premium has something to offer. Let's head down to Firewood and check it out.
Again, Uniforest have come out with a machine with a 40 centimetre cutting capacity, 16 inches is an old money, and it's got 20 tonne splitting force.
Right.
So again, it's got a lot of power there to be able to force that timber through a range of splitting knives, whether it's been a 4, 6, 8, or even a 12-way splitting knife on the
which I think is phenomenal. The 12-way is
it's market leading on there. And again, when you're dealing with that bigger diameter, you can cut it. You've got to be able to split it into something that's saleable. 8 ways, pieces of pizza shape are not saleable. So you do need that kind of mid-ring knife to split it up, and that's it. But it has been a revelation for us, to be fair. We bought it from Uniforest about 4 years ago. It's got a 1 metre diameter circular saw blade on it. It cuts extremely well. It cuts extremely short logs, so we'll go down to the 8-inch again on there. And the gripper is a really good, positive grip on the very close to the saw blade. And again, like the larger machine, the sawing height and the splitting height are nearly horizontal.
Yeah.
So there is no falling of logs or gravity or tumbling after the log has been cut. It will sit in a nice tray and then be transferred over. And you've got a really nice feature of being able to just flick it or transfer it full cycle if you need to. And the other thing with the machine as well, when you're dealing with a machine like this, is dealing with small stuff. If you don't want to cut and split, you can cut.
Yeah.
So put 2 logs through.
You're in full control at all times. What I would say about this is is obviously a bit earlier than the 53.
It was the Titan 4020 has been available for I think about 8 years now, but in its earlier disguise, the hydraulics weren't as fast, etc., and it's not to the specification.
You've got the boom speed on this as well, which is absolutely great.
It's very fast hydraulics, basically, and it matches the, and gives us the kind of cycle time we need for the shorter timber in the UK.
Yeah.
Again, there's not one thing on this machine that makes it the best or top of the pack. It's just a combination of things that allow you to deal with the timber. You know, you've got a long spiked in-feed roller, real positive to get through that slippery, wet beach or something like so. And then a really good wide opening. You know, it's frightening the size of timber you can actually get into this, you know, and then because the gripper is right next to the saw blade, if it goes in, it's going to cut it basically.
One of the things that for me that stood out about this machine is one, the simplicity of it. It doesn't really, you can't go wrong with it. The maintenance is very simple, but what really stood out when I brought it, I was thinking a lot of the processes nowadays are almost the same, right? And I've had quite a few processes in the past. The moment I got this, I noticed the difference in production. The quality was still there but you put less effort into the quality. It's like an almost a automatic process that now you've got to keep an eye on your quality, but you haven't got to check your quality as much. They come out really, really nice in terms of your firewood split, your lengths. And when I got to the end of the year, I thought, has it made a difference? Having these machines transformed my business essentially, kicked it up a gear compared to the other processes that we had before and others that are on the market, which is crazy because again, they're in the same price range.
That's right, that's right. And the firewood processes have been around for years. You know, we've even built one ourselves, etc. But no, it is just really thought out and a well put together machine. And it's traditionally firewood processes have been around the quarter 350, 360 kind of cutting capacity, 14 inch, 15 inch. And what Uniforest have done is gone, let's go a little bit bigger. Let's make it so that 14 inch can go through the machine like butter. Rather than have to work it through. So getting your 16 inch there allows you to get through more twistier, lower quality, lower cost timber. And still create a good quality product.
But we're all guilty of it. We always try and get the biggest one. You got some lovely big pieces through early and it handled it so well.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does work very well. It's not struggling. You know, we come back to the 20-ton splitting force. This is market leading in terms of the power that it's got. But it needs it. It's not just a gimmick, and it's not something that people pull out of thin air, a figure. It's, you know...
And it's not like the Chinese machines either that claim they've got 20-ton splitting force. This actually has got 20-ton, and you can tell
it's a big old
straight away.
It is a big old
ram. The ram is massive.
So, and some clever hydraulics in there as well, so you're not compromising your speed. So hence the boom speed kind of thing on there. But it's also very well built. The machine actually weighs, in this guise with the wheels, 1.8 tons.
Yeah, because there's different options, isn't there?
Yeah, that's right.
Wheels without.
The wheels are an option to allow you to tow it around. It's not roto, it's an ag axle. So there's no brakes on it or anything like that. But it does allow you to move it around. Again, if you move it around the yard or just move it to get underneath it to clean it, it makes life really easy.
Definitely. So we don't have the road version.
It's just on
version.
4 legs.
We literally have it on our 4 legs, and that is good enough for us.
Yeah, that comes with forklift pockets as well, so you can safely move it around.
Still move it,
as well.
So obviously with this machine here in particular, not so much the other, it might be the other machine. This machine here has got the I keep saying road turbo. It's got the log deck with wheels as well.
Yeah, you can get the log deck as well with it.
Yeah,
yeah. So you could go contracting.
Can you go wheels on the big one or?
Yeah.
Is it the same one or does it go high enough?
Wheels on the big one.
Sorry, the 5340. So can you have the log deck with the wheels?
Yeah,
on that one.
Absolutely.
Works the same way.
Yeah, exactly the same way. The legs are just telescopic legs and just bring it up.
Still bring it to the same height as well. That's brilliant. Yeah, I didn't realise that.
Yes.
Also on this machine, again, it comes in PTO
electric. Again, yeah, you drive it off a tractor. There's no electronics in the machine. There's just your 12-volt for oil coolers. It is an option for oil coolers, but the thing with the UK is, let's make sure it runs all the time. So the oil coolers in the specification on all our prices is included within the machine. Yeah,
the oil cooler makes a big difference, and you can really tell when the oil cooler's working. We found it this summer.
Well, that's it, working in summer. This temperature today, you don't really need it. It will balance quite nicely. But the thing with hydraulics is you don't want them cooking, because once they've cooked stuff, it's down the line. It
all depends where you work as well, because, like, for example, we do a lot of contracting with our machine. 23 weeks of the year, one of these will go out and be working with it. Now, when working in woodlands, you get a lot of muggy, thicker conditions, which I think the oil cooler works really well with, because obviously there's nothing to cool it down. You don't get a breeze in that sort of area. Then we were working also in the middle of a field at one point where they stacked all the timber. We had no shade. The metal was hot. Yeah. Kept it working absolutely beautifully. We didn't have any downtime, which is something we haven't had before, where we did have these sort of issues on other machines. So I do think, again, they've thought of things that's going to keep you working. And another thing, just to add on to that, you keep a vast stock of parts for everything.
Absolutely. Is what we've kind of built the business on, is backup and support. Our stores now stocks a frightening, mind-numbing 1.7 million net cost of spare parts.
Yeah.
No, that's not something you kind of beat your chest around. It's something that's a necessity to keep people running.
Yeah.
You know, if they got a breakdown through, well, crap happens, that kind of stuff, we've got a part, or we've got a machine here to rob it off if we need to. But most of it now is in the stores, available from stores with DPD, 24-hour delivery times. Yeah. It works well. So yeah, we've had to invest heavily in that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because you have a mechanism that it's like a rotating table.
Carousels.
Carousels, yeah.
It allows us to stock a lot of parts within a very small footprint.
Absolutely brilliant. When I saw that, I was amazed. Now, another feature that I personally love about this, don't always use it, even though I love it, the pickaroon holder.
Yes. Yeah, there is a pickaroon holder at the top. Now, from experience, I don't use it anymore because I have dropped it out of there, and there is a saw blade underneath. So
dragging it.
I tend to leave mine on the side there. But hookaroons are a lovely bit of kit just to help you.
They are. So I have a big one which I usually use if needed, and I have a nice small one there for any minor adjustments or leverage that you need. In terms of attachments for these machines, so you've got the separator. There's two versions of the separator. You got the one on its own. You got the one with the hopper, haven't you?
You mean on the cleaners on the end? Yeah, we do the. That's the all singing, all dancing.
Yeah.
That has a hopper. So if you wanted to fill it with a bucket for secondary cleaning after kiln drying, which is more popular in the UK, or it's available without. We call it the sink or the tub on the top, so you can then load off. That is a full all singing, all dancing, as I say, which is radio control. It's radio control to stop, start, and also speed of the outfeed of elevator, and also slew.
Yes.
So if you're filling it with buckets in a forklift, you can start it or stop it, or you fill in a trailer like I can, you can slew from one side to the other.
Another good thing is you can have multiple processors feeding into the same hopper, essentially, and I think that's where it really does stand out. It saves footprint space, having loads of things set up, loads of people with different pieces of equipment.
There are so many different setups. Some people clean after they've kiln dried, some people clean before so they can use the fuel to burn in the kiln. There's so many different ways of
one of its class, one of its kind, essentially, that's available readily on the market. Another version of them listening and saying, look, this is something we need. Cyclone as well. You have a cyclone on this machine.
Cyclone, sawdust extraction from these machines, getting it into one place. You can blow it into a far away as possible if that's the way you want to do it, or put it into bags. Or the bags on these cyclones are reusable as well. They come with a special knot underneath, so you can lift them up, take them away, discharge them out into a large container or whatever, and reuse them again. But the actual extractions are done either by a 3-phase or 240 or a tracked hydraulic.
And it's the same sort of horsepower as well to power this machine, isn't it? Well,
about 50 horsepower.
Yeah, 50 horsepower. Same again, you can have 3-phase. I think that's 34 kVA, around there. When I had a look at it, I'm not 100%, so don't quote me on it.
18 kilowatt electric motors on them. So rules of thumb, etc. There's lots of Sparky's kind of rule books on it, but if you treble that, you're going to not be far wrong with a generator for it, with a little bit more to suit.
Timber deck sizes.
Timber decks, for loading the machines. Well, there's a number of options. One, you can not have a timber deck. Certainly if you're going out contracting, this machine is available with a log lifting device.
Yes.
So this is an extendable telescopic roller section with some log lifters that will allow you to lift the timber in. That way you can work next to a stack and you don't need any material handling to load.
Roll it on.
And away you go.
Yeah.
We then can go to a timber decks. We can go with a 2-chain version, which we've got here in its 4 metre guise, or we do a shorter one which is 2 metres. Okay. And then we go a stage further, which is a 3-chain deck,
which I have,
which and that is 4 metres long,
and that holds basically just more weight, essentially.
Essentially, and having the 3rd chain allows you to deal with more varied lengths, if you like.
And bendy wood. I find that, you know, if it's always got something to grab on, you can always roll it. Nothing worse than when something falls through the middle.
One goes down the middle, there's a whole host of pain.
That's it. You're being careful. You grab trying to pick it out and try not to damage your kit. But again, there is a range of attachments for all these, the wedges as well. What does this come as standard? What's the standard?
You can choose. My personal favourite, or the one I use most of the time, is the 6-way. It's also a 2-way. So all the blades are 2 or something. So it's a 2 or 4, 2 or 6, 2 or 8, or 2 or 12. The 6-way allows a big old scope of material, and the way I like to use the 6-way as well is if you do happen to have a big piece of timber that's creating 2 larger logs, you don't want 6 oversized logs. What you can do is use it to produce 4 reasonable size and 2 oversized on the top, pull the 2 top ones back real quick and wham them through. So it's a real nice, easy way of working, and the machine, you must really use it and realise it is so accessible to be able to get in there and get very quickly.
On video, you can see yourself dead easy, 1-man band almost, straight in,
pull the log
out.
in. And again, you're not... this machine is very, very nice, and I hope people would see it through the videos, is how little you open the guard. And if you are opening the guard, it is to improve the quality of the log, rather than manipulate the timber through the machine. By that, the tumbling of logs. It's fair. It does happen.
It's very rare though,
but it's really nicely done. Oh, and the other one is the way it deals with, I hope the video shows it, is the way it deals with the last piece of log. Traditionally, when the machine firewood processors have gravity, that log will fall, normally before you want it to, into the splitting chamber on its end.
It always happens.
If you're going to bet on it, you're going to bet it fall on its end. Whereas on this machine, it deals with that last log. It will transfer it across, and you can also, if it is 2 inches too long, you can back it back and cut it in half. So it's nice.
The way it's built, though, I think should sing some bells and whistles on that, because the wedges themselves, the splitty wedges, are absolutely incredibly well built. I've not had one break yet, and I touch wood, sawdust. it doesn't happen, but we have put thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of ton of timber through it since we've had it, and we've not had any damage, flex or anything, all right? And I think that's down to how well built this is, to the point where the wedges sit so nicely on the guides on the sides of the machine, on the inside of the machine. It can't be pushed in, it can't rip your front end off your machine. It's so solidly built that all that transfer power is going in just to splitting your log, not ruining your machine.
The blades are very wide, again, to be able to push the logs through. With that extra width, it does give you a lot more support for holding that blade from the twisting that you'll see when the timber goes through. And another feature of the machine is, because it's still embedded in the machine and there is no gap there, if you did need to cut rings for kindling rings, etc., you can lift the blade out and just push for it.
We've done it for Splitter 400 as well. We make some smaller diameter logs that we need for certain restaurants and stuff. Take the wedge out, whack the rings through straight on the Splitter 400, which again is a
or
great
kindling
machine.
Machines. If you're doing the 6-inch kindling on there, you can do that on the machine
straight away. Same as the other one, you can control your conveyor swinging left and right. You control your conveyor speed.
You've got, so the layout of the machine is very simple. One joystick does all your in-feeding and sawing. So you feed the material in or you feed it back out. You want to saw the material, you pull it away, and if you transfer it across. This one is doing all your splitting. So this is start your splitting, and also splitting knife up or splitting knife down. So it keeps things separate. The other thing on the conveyor, which is something we have spoken about, is it does have a slew on the conveyor as well, as standard. And then you have your auxiliary hydraulics for running timber decks or log lifters, etc.
Because they have changed the handles quite recently.
We'll beg to differ on that one. I do like the big ones.
You prefer it.
Yes,
I don't. However, my lad Jake, he does prefer the bigger one.
Well, there we go.
There's an option for everyone, but Are the old handles still available, or they stopped that sort of model?
I'm unsure. I think so. Yeah.
To be fair, it does feel a bit more comfortable, because after a while you did get like a bit of a sore hand when working on it. That's for conveyor.
Forward and reverse. You've got your hydraulics pressure filter there, which is giving you an indication of when that needs changing. Some maintenance is very, very simple and easy.
It is, and the fact that it turns red to tell you. I'm sure it's red, isn't it?
Yep, just the high pressure filter.
No, not happened to us yet, but you know, when it turns red, you know then that, you know, get it serviced, get maintenance at the same time. The fact you can bring the conveyor back as well, I do enjoy that, because if something does slip through, because it's going to happen sometimes, you can go and grab that log straight back.
Oh, you mean when it goes up the conveyor?
Yeah,
you can just stop the conveyor and just bring it back down again. Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. And there you have it, the Uniforest 4020 Premium. This machine truly makes a difference in our business, whether it's mobile processing, supplying wholesale firewood, or meeting the needs of our domestic customers. Its speed and efficiency allow us to stay ahead, deliver a quality product, and meet the expectations of our clients. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. We've got plenty more content coming where you will see all of our machines in action. I just want to say a big thank you to our friends at Firewood. It's been great working together. Don't forget to work hard and keep those fires burning. We'll see you on the next one.